Sun salutations are a key part of every vinyasa class, but yet we generally move through them really quickly. We move with our breath, and we don't always get a lot of cues on the different poses within the Sun salutation. So over these next series of tutorials, I'm going to focus on the different poses of Sun Salutation A, starting with Urdhva Hastasana, upward hand pose. Come to Tadasana. Put your feet directly under your hips. Now sometimes in Tadasana we're told feet together. I'm going to tell you, do whatever feels most comfortable for you. For women, often feet under the hips is more comfortable because our hips are generally a little wider, and so with our center of gravity, this is more comfortable. But if you are comfortable having your feet together and you feel well balanced, go ahead and do that. Then take note of your pelvis. What is it doing? Is it tipping forward with your tailbone pointing back? Is it tipping back with your tailbone tucking way under? You want somewhere in between those where it's just nice and neutral, not forward, not back, and not moving from one side to the other. Then note your posture. Straight line from ankle to hip to shoulder to what is sometimes the most difficult, middle of the ear. Make sure your neck is also in line with the rest of your body. And then focus on your engagement. Tadasana and Urdhva Hastasana are not just standing there poses. We are nice, strong, and engaged, rooted down while also lifting up. So press firmly through all four corners of your feet. Pull your kneecaps up your legs by engaging your quads. Turn on your transverse abdominis. Pay attention to your low ribs. They tend to be a problem, especially when we move into Urdhva Hastasana. So draw them in and down. And then your shoulders, you don't want them rounding. So just pull your shoulder blades slightly towards each other. You're not going to bring them all the way together on your back, but just a little bit of engagement, pulling your shoulders back. And then turn your deep neck flexors on so that we get that middle of the ear lined up with your shoulder, your hip, and your ankle. So you kind of pull your chin back in towards your face slightly, like you're trying to make a double chin. And then in Tadasana, our arms are by our sides, palms are facing forward. And the only difference between this and Urdhva Hastasana is hand placement. So all of the engagement remains exactly the same as we inhale and move our arms up. You can open your arms up to the side, you can move your arms out in front of you, whichever is most comfortable for you. I tend to move them in front, so it would be inhale, arms up. Everything stays engaged as it was in Tadasana. If you notice that your low ribs are starting to flare up and out, draw them back in and down. If there comes a point when you're lifting your arms up where you cannot go any farther without your ribs flaring, stop right here. This is your Urdhva Hastasana then, and that is fantastic. Okay? Don't sacrifice the engagement just to get your arms by your ears. Over time, maybe your shoulder flexion range of motion will increase, and if not, also fine. Hands just go here. Let's see it from the side. Nice, strong, engaged Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Now, if you are comfortable with your arms by your ears and you're able to keep everything engaged, your ribs pulling in and down, you could press your palms together, and you could also go the last step of looking up towards your thumbs. I would say that final step of looking up is only if it's comfortable for you, because sometimes tipping our neck back like that just doesn't feel good, so don't do it. You don't have to, certainly. As I said, oftentimes what happens is our ribs flare, and what that looks like from the side is something like this. Our ribs flare up and out, and our tailbone ends up pointing back slightly. And it's like we're doing a little bit of a back bend, except when you're doing a standing back bend, you keep your pelvis neutral or even slightly tucked under so that you can bend only through the upper back. When we do this, and we have our pelvis pointing forward and our tailbone pointing back, that puts all of this pressure right here in our low back, and it doesn't feel good. So rather than doing this for Urdhva Hastasana, keep everything strong and engaged. Nice straight line through your body, engagement, pulling everything up and in. And then we just move our arms up. And if it's comfortable, gaze up. Next time, we'll look at Uttanasana, forward fold.